It's December and finally the festive season. I could not be happier that the festivities have begun. It's December. I am going to be doing lots of Christmassy cocktails this month, not only for my channel here, but also on Instagram. I basically live for December and Christmas cocktails. It is the best time of year. Yes, it may only be at the minute of recording the 2nd of December, but it is well underway in this house and I just cannot wait for Christmas. In the lead up, I'm going to be bringing you lots of different Christmassy cocktails. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me as always. And I hope that you enjoy this one. To kick off this month, I am going to do the Sugar Plum Fairy cocktail. Obviously very Christmassy. This cocktail is sort of plum based, hence the name. And then I came up with the name after I came up with the cocktail. I was like, oh, that kind of fits in quite well. It all started actually with finding this jam. That was a mixture of plum and jam. Plum jam in the supermarkets or somewhere actually, and the idea just sort of came to me. This whole thing just came to me after finding this. So that's sometimes how these cocktails go for me, and this is how it started, the Sugar Plum Fairy. So in this drink I'm going to be using plum jam, obviously, some Dill Aquavit, which I just find so Christmassy. It's delicious any time of the year, but at Christmas I think it's the dill part of it, it just feels so festive to me. So yeah, I love using this spirit at Christmas particularly. Just some white vermouth, and then I'm going to be using my Edinburgh Gin, Plum and Vanilla Gin Liqueur. This is lush, it's so good. Everyone that knows me knows that I drink this all year round. I go through quite a few bottles of this, but at this time of year especially, I just feel like it's really festive. How many times can I fit festive into this video? I'm going to say a lot. And then lime juice. So that is what all goes into my Sugar Plum Fairy cocktail. And I think we should begin now. So in my shaker, I'm going to start with 35 ml of my Dill Aquavit. For anyone who has never tasted this or doesn't usually do cocktails with it, honestly, you're missing out. It's so good. It's so versatile. You can do so much with it. I just love it. It does smell like dill, but it also, I don't know, it just smells like Christmas to me. I think it's fabulous. I'm going to do 40 ml of my Plum and Vanilla Gin because I love it and I really want to taste the plum and vanilla. This makes a change from me just pouring this into a glass and just sitting drinking it on its own, to be honest. Okay, just 20 ml of some extra dry vermouth in here, just to give it a little bit of kind of sharpness and bitterness, I suppose. There. Then I'm going to do 15 ml of my lime juice, which I have already squeezed. So 15 ml in here, just to freshen it up a little bit. And then lastly, I'm going to do just a teaspoon of my plum jam. I love jam in cocktails. It's a very underrated ingredient used in cocktails, I think. Jams and curds, so good. Adds such a lovely flavour, obviously, but the texture as well, I just think it's lovely. Okay, that's all the ingredients in the shaker. I'm going to add eggs. I feel like it's quite Christmassy colour as well, but that's obviously from the plum and vanilla. So make sure this is on, give it a bit of a shake, actually quite a bit of a shake because of you want the plum jam to sort of dissolve a little bit, you know. It's looking good. Obviously need to strain this one because there is little bits of jam floating about, but that's okay. That is all the shaking. Oh, I'm so excited to try this one. So I have my cocktail glass ready. And then, as I said, I'm just going to strain this into the glass. Oh, a little bit left. That's all right. It's quite a small glass. There we go. And then just to garnish, to go in with the whole theme of the name of the cocktail, what I've done is I've got some red grapes and I've pierced them through some rosemary, because what is more Christmassy than rosemary, really? And they're dusted with some sugar, and I actually just popped it in the freezer for an hour as well, just so that the sugar kind of stays on top there, but you don't have to. There we go. Oh, it's went a bit limp. It was nice and straight in the freezer. There we go. That is my Sugar Plum Fairy cocktail. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a taste. I'm so excited for this one. Really does genuinely taste really Christmassy, to me anyway. The plum and vanilla and the dill from Aquavit, and the jam just adds really nice sweetness. Yeah. It's perfect. There we go. That is my #1 Christmas cocktail for this month. Hope you enjoyed it. Join me next week for another Christmas cocktail. And in the meantime, happy cocktailing and Merry Christmas a few weeks early. Cheers.